Hi guys, Bilbo Bunny and I say hello. Happy Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed the long video on Monday. I didn't mean for it to be so long, but we got through a lot of stuff. So I'm hoping to keep working on that today. So first I want to remind you to take a look at the bonus video this week. The link is in the description underneath the video, and have fun with it. You can dance to it if you want to. You can listen to it. You can let your family play with it. Play along with it. So enjoy it. I hope you have fun. Secondly, I wanted to give a gold star to Lily for having the first correct answer on our trivia question this week. The question was, what instrument did Jacques Offenbach play? And he was most well known for playing the cello. So good job, Lily, on being the first one to answer that. I also want to give a silver star to Sadie, because she noticed that he learned violin first and then switched to cello. So excellent job, Sadie. Great research, and we'll have another trivia question next week. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll do our tuning strings or tuning notes. I hope this is working for everybody with the strings. Please feel free to have your parents email me if you don't need this part of the video, or if you like it. We'll just keep doing it this way. So here's your A. Good. And here's your D. And your G. And your E. Oh, I don't like that. Hold on. There we go. All right, great. Thank you. All right, so we're going to start by warming up with our fingerboard drills that I taught you on Tuesday. So I'm going to just play through each one of them. I'm going to just do each one time on each string, though, so it's not too long. But you can do it twice when you're practicing, or you can do it just once. So we're going to start with a red finger pattern on E, A, D, and G, and then we'll go on to the next one. All right, so red finger pattern. Here we go. Good job. So feel free to rewind if you weren't able to keep up and try it again. There we go. Bill was taking a nosedive. All right, I'm going to move him over here for the next one. So that's the blue finger pattern is next, okay? And that's with the low second finger. Good job. So now we're going to do the yellow finger pattern with that hot pink third finger, and we're going to do the A, yellow finger pattern A. So that's with your first finger on the tape. All right, so your third finger will be in the space right next to fourth finger. Okay, here we go. That wasn't very resonant minute because Bilbo's touching the string here. There we go. All right, and now we're going to do the yellow B finger pattern, which is the new stuff that we've been learning with the low first finger. Okay, so my first finger is going to be between the nut and the first finger tape. My second finger will be between the first and second finger tape. Third finger will be on the tape, and fourth finger will be in the space between the third and fourth tape. All right, here we go. Great. Thank you for keeping up with me, and do me a favor, please feel free to pause the video right now and go back and do those warm-ups again if you had any trouble. It's really, really important that you be comfortable with those because that is related to the material that we're practicing and the material we're learning. All right, so especially the yellow finger patterns, the red and blue should be pretty easy by now because you've been doing them for a long time. If they weren't, that's okay. Go back to the beginning and do the whole exercise again before you go on for the rest of the lesson, okay? All right, great. So we are looking at page 21. 21? Yes, we're reviewing a couple things on page 21. Sorry, got a little confused. And we're just going to review our F major scale, that's number 97, and the theme from Violin Concerto, which is 98, and I'll play that a little bit faster than I did on Monday's video, okay? So here we go, F major scale, number 97. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And remember that F major scale starts on the low 2 on the D string, right? So that's our blue finger pattern on the D string for that. All right, I don't know if you can see. There we go. Okay, so 2, 3 is a whole step away. Then our A string. And here we're going to have our yellow finger pattern B with the low 1. Whole step away for second finger. Whole step for third finger, and then E and low 1. Okay, and actually this would be a green finger pattern if you were to use the fourth finger for the E string, but we weren't. So I guess technically that's green finger pattern and not yellow with the hot pink 3. So, but just make sure you start with that low 2 on the D string, okay? All right, good. So we're going to go on to 98 now, theme from Violin Concerto. And I'm going to go about the same speed I just did the F major scale, which I think is a little bit faster than I did it on Monday. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. And try and work in those dynamics too. When you're practicing this, you can go ahead and work on the notes, but then once that's easy, make it musical and add the dynamics, starting mezzo forte with the crescendo to forte on the half notes, and then backing off on the next measure to mezzo forte for the next half notes, and then repeating that phrasing for the second part of it. All right, and if you have any questions, again, feel free to email me or have your parents text me or send me videos, and I'm happy to let you know what's going on in your playing if it doesn't sound right, all right? Good, so now what we're going to do, if you look at page 22, is we're going to take that finger pattern we've been doing and we're going to move it over to the D string, all right? So we've been doing the blue finger pattern on the D string where we had F natural, right, with the second finger right next door to the first finger. Now we're going to pull that first finger back and play E flat, okay? So we have a note that has a regular name and we move our finger half step lower, we're going to call it flat. When we move it higher, so like our F natural right here to the high 2, that's F sharp. All right, so anytime we take a note that doesn't have flat or sharp at the end of it and make that note higher, we call it sharp. And when we make it lower, we call it flat. So there is a G flat. We don't use it very often on the violin because it's not an easy key signature for violin. It doesn't, not only is it difficult for the fingers, but believe it or not, it actually is determined by what keys make the wood resonate the best. And key signatures with a lot of sharps and a lot of flats don't really resonate very well, so they're not typically used, especially for solo pieces for those instruments. All right, sometimes when you're playing for singers, you might get those key signatures, but typically when it's like a string orchestra or solo pieces, it's not used. All right, so we're going to use that low first finger. And we're going to do some my turn, your turn. All right, so I'm going to play E flat on the D string, and then I want you to repeat after me. Your turn. Good. All right, now I'm going to change the note. Your turn. Good. Okay, now we're going to add the G in there, mix it up a little bit. Your turn. Good. My turn. Ready, go. All right, that was pretty easy. So, we have E flat on the D string. We're going to read number 99 now. Remember, we're on page 22. And you have that little orange box up at the top showing the finger diagram for where to find E flat in case you're not quite sure what I'm talking about. So number 99, we're going to read E flat. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, nicely done. That was pretty easy. All right, and number 100, hot cross buns. I think we did this before when we added a new finger. We played hot cross buns in a different key, and now we're doing it again. All right, so number 100, hot cross buns. Here we go. 3, 4. Awesome. So I realized Bilbo wasn't paying very good attention. All right, now we're going to move over to the G string, and we're going to use our blue finger pattern on the G string. Okay, so if we have our red finger pattern, we have the notes G, A, B, C, D, right? All natural notes. Now, if we slide down that second finger, I'll turn again. Okay, so second finger is right next to first, and we're using our blue finger pattern. That makes that B into a B flat. All right, just like we had B flat up here on the A string, we have B flat down here on the G string. Okay, so if you want to review that blue finger pattern exercise on your G string before you go on, go ahead and pause the video. You can do that. All right, so I'll play it. So that's where your fingers should be landing. Go ahead and do that real quick before you move on. All right, and I'm going to do a little bit of listening exercises, okay? We're going to mess around with the rhythm this time. All right, so we'll do my turn, your turn, and I'll go ahead and play during your turn so you can tell if you match mine or not. All right, here we go. Ready, go. My turn. Ready, go. My turn. Ready, go. My turn. Ready, go. Good. Okay, so that should have been pretty easy. That was all B flats. All right, and we were messing around with the rhythms. So go ahead and practice those and try and listen to them. I think it's actually getting us ready for a song that's coming up. I've noticed there's a lot of that kind of foundational stuff in this book where it gives you exercises and then ta-da, it's a song. So do make sure and practice that. And on Monday, we'll go ahead and do another listening exercise with our B flat. So in the meantime, go ahead and practice the rest of the songs on page 22. We'll go ahead and play through them right here. So number 101 is playing B flat. Let's read B flat, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And you may have noticed when I was just using those fingers for one note, I left my B flat down. Okay, so if I had my other fingers getting ready for something else, I would probably lift my finger up and just have maybe one, maybe two fingers on the string at a time. But when it's just for a second, you can have more than 2 fingers on the string. All right, so one more song for page 22, and it's called Viking Way, and it's going to help us practice that B flat, okay? All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, good job. So any of these songs that are all just on one string, once you play it a couple of times, it's pretty easy to memorize the finger pattern. You can move that to another string. If you want to practice that finger pattern on a different string, use these exercises as tools to help you practice your different violin skills, because none of them have to be played exactly the way they're written, except when we play together, of course. All right, so great job today, and let me know if you have any questions. And congratulations, Lily and Sadie, for getting the stars this week. I'll have a new question next week. All right, bye-bye. Have a good weekend.